Alex, it was a pleasure meeting you, and congratulations with Have to Have. I think you guys have a neat concept there, and I wish you guys all the best. What we've done here is drawn a few lines. A circle on your head. We've put another line through the middle of your spine angle, and then we drew a line on your right leg or off of your right leg. The problem that you're having right now is, number one, keep in mind about your ball position. Even though you're swinging a short iron here, we want to make sure that we have the ball position up a little farther forward than where you have it. We want to make sure that the ball position never gets behind your spine angle as you address the golf ball. So that's very important. In a good golf swing, the shoulders rotate back around the spine, and then they come through and rotate back to the finish around the spine. Our objective here is not to allow the spine angle to move laterally off the ball. So we're going to draw another circle there, and then we're going to draw one back on your spine this way. So that blue line represents your spine tilt at address. As we go back, you do a pretty good job on the backswing. But watch what happens as we start to come through the ball. Notice how far out in front you were from your original position. So that means that the spine is moving laterally through the golf ball, whereas we want the spine to stay more in a stationary position. Now, we talked about, let's back this up, we talked about how you're real flippy down through the bottom of the swing because you don't really post up against your right side. But as we were talking, you told me about the surgery you had on your right knee and the difficulty that you have as you try to post into your right leg. Now, you started with your right toe line way out this way, and we do want to try to work on trying to feel, I don't mind it flared out a little bit, but I think you had it a little too much. But we're going to have to work on just taking that right toe and just point it in a little bit more, at least to the point where you don't feel any pain. If you start to feel pain, then you might have that toe line where it's toed in, pointing at the target line a little too much. So just kind of keep that in mind. If we can bring that toe in like you've done on this video here, that should work out fine. But where you had it positioned, it was just pointing too far out to the target, and that's going to hurt your post position. But the one thing that I want you to keep in mind, we can change how you post by how you rotate your shoulders. So as we go back, the one thing I want you to concentrate on is if I put another wall right here, okay, I want you to have the sensation that your right shoulder opens up and works inward inside that line. On this particular video, you see how it bumps into that line? I'd like to see us turn a little sooner inside that line there, okay? So what you're going to have to feel, it's either going to be a right shoulder move, it's going to be a chest move, or it can even be your left shoulder works and opens up to the target. The feeling that I like to have is just using my spine. Okay, so if we have our spine here at the top of your swing, for example, then what I like to feel is that my spine opens and faces the target a little sooner when I feel like I have a little too much lateral motion. Okay, so when your spine starts, oops, let me draw another line here. When your spine moves as much as it does, unfortunately what happens here is that your hands are playing catch up to the ball, and then you flip it as we come through. So watch this. You look pretty good with that flat right wrist, but then you just flip it through this way. And that's what causes a lot of your hooks. So if we can keep that head in a more stationary position, then you can put a little bit more trust in keeping this right wrist a little flatter up to this point. Instead of it bending upward, allowing the left hand to pass through, we want to feel like that right wrist is even flat up to this blue line. If we can keep the wrist flat up to that blue line, your ball flight and your ball striking will improve dramatically. But you've got to continue to rotate those shoulders around. And then when you do that, you're going to notice, in this swing you did a pretty good job. See how your left shoulder is up and into your right leg there. That's a pretty good position at the finish, but we just did not open up the chest soon enough on the downswing. So I want you to work on that. And just remember, I'm going to give you your new web URL address. And what I want you to do is just type it into your iPhone or to your web or to your Android system, and then you can create your own personal golf app. And then I'll give you the app of this video software, and then that way you can videotape your swings and send it to me, and then we can stay in communication, and then I can analyze your swing for a fee from that perspective. So we can always communicate, and then what I can do is after I analyze it, I can plug it into your golf website. So anyway, good job, nice meeting you, and keep up the good work, man. You got a great swing. We just got to fine tune a couple areas. Good luck, and have fun in Pinehurst.